Welcome to the daf. We're learning today Chulin daf Ayin Aleph. Starting the bottom of the Ayin base. Zok the Gemara. Tanyo. Omar b'Yonason namti lo lebenazai. Namti is a lashon that we find in Zvachim. To my knowledge, if I remember correctly, if it also the indication of Farsha pointed out over here, there's only two places in Shas that we use this lashon. Maybe the Mishnah says more. Namti means I said. It's a fancy word to say Amartuloi. It says Amartuloi and Namtiloi.
Why is it using that?
I don't know. Good question. To check. To look into it. Maybe if I find something. Sure. It's Zvachim. Quran is Zvachim. So Amar Yonason Namtiloi lebenazai lamanu nivlas behimo tehoiro shemitamo v'nivlas behimo tmeo shemitamo nivlas chayat tmeo shemitamo. The pasuk that we just quoted before. What was the pasuk? It says, "Oy never shetika b'chol dover tomne oy benivlas chayat tmeo or benivlas behimo tmeo or benivlas sheretz tomne," and then it says b'chol dover tomne in the beginning. So this teaches you that I have your limud for behimo tmeo, I have a limud for chayat tmeo, I have a limud for behimo tmeo, behimo toyo, and chayat tmeo. Chayat toyo lo lamanda. The pasuk never mentioned chayat toyo. Chayat toyo means, let's say, a deer. Minayin. How do you know? Same notion. Namli, he told me, but he used the notion nimo. Koi lo ilech al kapov, v'kol achayo ha'eleches arleches. It says here, v'kol achayo, any chayo. This chayo is going to tell you even chayat toyo. Nam tiloi v'chineema v'chol chayo. Doesn't say v'chol chayo. V'lo yinemar ela b'chol chayo. In the chayo. Le'me'alchi kapayim b'chayo dos. It's coming for a fetus. Not for just a regular chayo. Nam li umay Shmuel oimer b'dover zeh. So what does Rabbi Shmuel say about it? Pashtus and, Rav Yonason was a Talmid of Rabbi Shmuel. Nam tiloi told him, v'chiyomus min ha'behimo zu behemat tmei. Like we said before. She'lachem lo'achlo zu behimo te'oyo. Lamanu chayo michlal behimo. Ubehimo michlal chayo. We learn a behimo from a chayo and a chayo from behimo. As we'll see in a moment, because chayo b'chal behimo. So chayo and behimo are interchangeable. These concepts are interchangeable. So you learn chayo from behimo and behimo from chayo. The Gemara is going to tell us in a moment, what do I learn from what? What limud do I have? Chayo toyo michlal behimo toyo. I learn chayat toyo from behimo toyo. Chayat tmeo michlal behimo tmeo. And it says the one of Ayin Aleph and Aleph. Behimo tmeo michlal chayat tmeo and behimo toyo michlal chayat toyo. I learn more from each other. They all teach on each other, and that's how I know all the limudim. Ubelosha zeh omar li. So he answered to me, Chaval al ben Azai shel Yeshiva Rabbi Shmuel. I should have been a Talmid of Rabbi Shmuel, but I'd learned so much there. That's what he answered.
Changed. He called him Rabbi Shmuel.
Yeah. Interesting. Good idea. So now the Gemara is going to explain the drasha. Chaya b'chal behemo minolon. What do we learn? Chaya b'chal behemo. How do you know the chayo is included in behemo? The word behemo means a chayo. Because it says in the pasuk, Zois ha-behemo shetochelu shor seksovim ayal tzviv yachmur. So it says behemo, and in the list you mention a chayo. So you see that chayo is part of behemo. Haketzat chayo b'chal behemo. So a chayo is included in a list of behemo. Behemo b'chal chayo minolon. How do I know the opposite? Dichtiv. Zois ha-chayo shetochelu. Says chayo. Michol behemo shelo haaretz. Come on, first is parso. I just chayo, then I move to behemo. Haketz behemo b'chal chayo. So you could call behemo chayo as well. Chayo toyo b'chal behemo toyo. You can learn from each other. Let's see about it now. Once I know that chayo and behemo you can learn from each other, so now we start to learn. We learn chayo toyo and behemo toyo for what? For simonim, because the simonim of split hooves and shoes cut, alakeru, mafis parso, is mentioned by behemo. How do you know that applies to chaya as well? You learn from chaya b'chal behemo. Chaya tmeo b'chal behemo tmeo. Chaya tmeo learns from behemo tmeo in what way? Le'arbo. The same issue of arbo that you're not allowed to do mixed breed. Because the din arbo is mentioned by behemo, so you learn chaya as well. What do you learn from a chayat me'o? Look at the Rebbe. That's the Rebbe that I mentioned before, in the end of the previous daf. The Tani Rebbe Oimer Ekroni Chayo Behimo Lama Nemro Nemer Kan Behimo Tmeo V'Neimar Lo'olam Behimo Tmeo. It says Behimo Tmeo in two different places. Ma Lo'olam Tumas Kodesh Afkan Tumas Kodesh, meaning that when it says Korban Oile V'Yoyrit, when someone has to go and bring a korban, that it depends if he's rich or poor, which korban he brings, that's only when he's either going to be Samikdash Betuma or he's eating Kodesh Betuma. It doesn't bring the korban if he did any other act of Tuma. So that's the Pasuk just teaches you that the din korban that mentioned the Pasuk is referring to Kodesh.
There's nothing to do with behemoth.
No.
It was like an extra, just like a mint.
No, because the limud is speaking by Chayo, is teaching like a behemoth. The korban, the nevela,
It has to do with tumah.
Yeah, but how do you know the tumah? How do you know that this din applies to behemoth and Chayo alike? The Pasuk tells you about a Chayo that it's a din Kodesh. How do you know behemoth is a Kodesh? So you learn from each other.
No, I think that it applies to both behemoth and Chayo.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the behemoth Torah or behemoth.
No. Just the fact that it makes the nevela. Yeah. Behemoth. Well, what you mentioned is, I think when you not understood what you said. This is Toys mentions over here. Rashi also said Bavlo that many of these limudim I could have put in another one. I don't have to do this behemoth Torah, this behemoth Torah. Nevelo applies to both. So Elama, I'm just trying to put in for each one drasha. Rashi didn't say that, even though I can interchange these drashas. Behemoth Torah, Mechal Chayat Torah. What do you learn? Late zero. What do you mean late zero? It says. By Chayo, it says V'yitzer Hashem Lakim min Adom Kol Chayes Asodeh. So we have it in the what? The Nan Hamapeles min Beheimo Chaya Ve'oif. If a human woman, has a miscarriage, and the fetus that comes out looks like an animal, Bein Tveim, Bein Tehorim, doesn't matter if it looks like a Beheimo Tvei or Beheimo Tehora. Im Zocher, if it's a male, Teishiv Zocher, just to have 1 week of Tumo. And 33 days of Tahara. In the cave, the Shilin Kevo. And then he has 14 days and 64 days. Einu Yodua, 66, sorry. Einu Yodua, Teishil Zachar, Kevo, Diver Amir. So, how do you know that? Because it says Vayitzer, Loshin Yitzira, it says by Adam as well. It says by Adam, Vayitzer Hashem Elkim as Adam. So you learn Yitzira. The same by Adam, it says Yitzira. And by Behem, it says Yitzira. So the dini tumah belong also by things that look like animals.
So it looks like nothing.
If it's water be'amal, so no. Yeah. As Chacham say, even the gabi animal, there's no tumah. What are they going to do with this Rasha? Chulin the Rebbe ukidasa. What is Rabbanon? So here we have Rashi learns. So when the Gemara is asking, well, the Rabbanon, I crow, which Rabbanon? Not Rabbanon, this Rabbanon before. Meaning, in the Mishnah that we started in the beginning with base, we have a machlekes. Machlekes is a fetus who is dead, does it cost tumah or not? So a machlekes, the gabe behemoth tmei. Behemoth tmei, everybody agrees does not cost tumah. Behemoth tmei is a machlekes. We brought a whole drasha, according to Beis Glili, to tell me that it's stomach. But Rabbanan disagree. What Rabbanan will do with the pasuk of Beis Glili? They can use it only for Rebbe, to tell you Yitzira. To tell you, Oile V'Yoret. According to Taises, the one is asking according to this Rebbe. Rameir tells me that I'm a pelis, kimin suras beimo, is matame. And you learn from the pasuk. What is Rebbe doing in that pasuk? What Rabbanan do with the pasuk? The Odash only the Joshua Rebbe, not the Joshua Yitzira. Okay, very good. So the question is what do you do with the Joshas? So the Mishnah. Haisho shemeit vlodo b'toich meir. So you have a mother, and the mother has a child, who's died in the womb. Now we're going to learn that the mother doesn't become tummy until the child comes out. But the shayla is about the chayah, about the midwife, the nurse was taking care of her. Upashto chayas yodo. V'noga boy. She's touching the dead fetus. V'noga boy achayo. Achayo tumeya tumashiva. She gets tummy. V'aisha toira she hates avlat. The mother won't become tummy until he comes out. But the chay that touches him does become tummy.
So is the mother's Torah actually hates avlat? Is that just for what kind of? When the blood comes out of it, she's tummy. Not tumas leda, like regular.
Except the tumas leda, you have a tumas mace. In addition.
I mean, this is for tumas mace.
Yes. Yeah, we treat her as a mace. So we're going to see, tuma blua means it's swallowed, doesn't give din tuma. Kach tahara blua eino metamo. What does it mean, tahara blua? If you have a swallow thing, for example, we're going to see this example in the Gemara. A person went and swallowed a ring. And he goes into a house which is tummy. He won't become tummy because it's balua. Balua doesn't get tumah. So the same way tumah, which is blua, doesn't spread, also tahara blua is not affected.
Also what?
Tahara blua, a swallow tahara, will not be affected from a tumah outside. Saying about tumah blua minala. What do we know tumah blua? Someone who eats the oif tameh, he goes to the mikvah. There's no limitation when he can eat it. Whenever a person eats a dead bird, comes the night, goes to the mikvah and he's tar. 1 second. If he ate 5 minutes before shkia, it's still being digested in his stomach. He has right now in his stomach an oif tameh. Why is he not tameh? So, because it's balua, it's swallowed. The kama achmana tar. Balua. So what the Moshani also do Yechezkel again. Oh, 1 second. Maybe the reason is in it is not edible. This thing which is right now in his stomach, a ger means a goy for the purpose that we need right now. Ger toishov. He can't eat it. It's repulsive. It's disgusting.
What do you eat it?
He already ate it. It's in his stomach. If I take it out from his stomach out, it's not edible. That's why it's not causing tumah.
It throws up.
Bishra says the definition of tumot, the definition of food to become tameh, it needs to be not royal achilas kelev. The dog can't eat it. Something which is being digested in the stomach, a dog can still eat it. So therefore, as a din of food. The tumah chamura goes based on a ger, meaning that an autumn can eat it. This is not edible. So what's the raya? The tumah blua is not metane.
Why are we talking about a ger?
Ger means ger toshu. It says
a normal person also won't eat.
No. The point is this. It says, what do you do with an avelo? What the Torah says, what do you do with an avelo? You give it to the ger toshuv. La ger ashabisharecha titnena v'ochel. Yeah, it's a trade of an avelo. So you're giving to the ger. The fact you're giving to the ger, that's what we're using lashon ger. I mean, it needs to be edible for a ger. The ger has to be able to eat it. If not, it doesn't have din tumah. Okay. Says the Gemara. So it's not because of blua, because it's not edible. Says the Gemara. I'll tell you why. The ger can't eat it. It's repulsive if he knows where it's coming from. If I take that piece of meat out of the stomach and I tell him this is coming from his stomach, they're repulsive. But if I clean it up, I don't tell him anything. I just see it was a little grinded in the grinder. He's going to eat it. It is edible.
You see some of this from the fact that the Kodesh Baruch Hu put Adam to sleep.
Oh, very good. Ashka to a blue. So now we found to a blue. So from this is the source that if a person eats right before shki, he can still go to the mikvah. Tahara blue minala. Why do I know tahara blue? If it's swallowed, it doesn't become tummy. Kavachaymer. What's a kavachaymer? Uma kli cher samukov tzoit potel. Sheina with seal metumash v'soichoy. When you have a sealed clay and you have tumah inside, the tumah goes out? Yes. If it's sealed, it still goes out. It doesn't have pateach tefach. As we know from kohanim, can't go in any place, right? Because the tumah goes up unless you have pateach tefach, unless you have a space of a tefach. Tumah means it doesn't have tefach, that penetrates, goes out. Still matzel tahara shevateichim l'tomeh, but l'gabi taharo. When you have a sealed barrel and you have tahara inside, it doesn't become tummy. What's the raya? Every year we celebrate that. Chanukah. Chanukah. What happened at Chanukah? What's the next Chanukah?
Last 3 days.
Well, what did they find?
Sealed jar.
A sealed jar of oil. What do you mean? Why didn't it get to it? Because it was sealed.
And it makes no difference if it was Pesach.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, even without Pesach Tefach. The tumah doesn't go in to make a tumah. So you see that to protect the tahara, it's easier than protect the tumah. So that's the Kavachim. If a sealed barrel does work for tahara, it doesn't work for tumah. The final base. Adam shematzila tumah shebetoichem min hatameh. We just said tumah blua. If it's swallowed in the stomach, it's not mitameh. Einu din shematzila tahara shebetoichem min hatameh. Kavachim. So of course the tumah blua, the tahara blua will be good. Says the Gemara, "Ma'al kicher shekinei mitameh migaboy, tumah mitameh me'odu shutameh migaboy." I won't say you can't compare a sealed clay to an adam, because sealed clay it doesn't get tumah from its back, only from the inside. But an adam can get tumah from every side. So don't bring a rat from there to there. So they go, yeah, but here we're talking about betoicha. We want the belua to become tamar or tor. So I'm learning from the inside. If you want to look at the inside, klicheres, once something touches the airspace of klicheres, it becomes tummy. By adam, we don't find such a thing. Okay, so we're ashkachan belua dilamala. Belua dilamala means through the mouth. Swallowed. The same thing like eating a dead oif. You see that belua protects. Belua dilamato minala. How do you say belua? When it comes to the other side. When you kippur, people put in. No, what's the name of the depositor? Someone when I put the depository in the back. Does it belua work? Kavachaymer. Ma'alamalo she'eino oise'iku. Matzil, from the top, you don't have digestive system in the top. You have to go in, and then inside, it goes digested. Lamato shoyse equal. Lamato, that's the mokom equals in the bottom of the body. Einodin shabatzil. So then, 1 second, what do you mean? Klum oise equal lamato ela l'dimala. Yeah, but how do digestive system works? If it goes through the mouth, the body digests it. If it goes through the back, not exactly. Afilu achi equal to lamato rav. Might say we say the bottom is more. So it's a kavachim. Ashkar below the adam. So now we find that when the adam has something swallowed, it protects from tumor, it protects from tahara. Below the behemoth, we know. How do I know if it's swallowed in an animal, the same thing? Kavachim. Umaudo shebitame mechai. Matzil belua. Adam can cause tumor when he's alive. Zov, zovo, tzvei meis. Behemoth shedim bitame mechai. An animal never gets tumor when she's alive. Only when it's dead. So the nevelo causes tumor. Einu digit at silba valua. It's kavachim. It's less stomach. Malo adu sheket tzorich shehiyah beis hamenuga. Torah be'eimu she'enitz chashiyah beis hamenuga. An adam beis hamenuga, the tumor doesn't happen right away. It has to be sit there how long? Kedei achilas pras, eating a bread, half a bread. So it doesn't get tumor so fast. But be'eimu right away gets tumor. Says the Gemara, be'eimu de'einu tzorich shehiyah beis hamenuga. L'ma'ayil chaso. Lekelim shal gabo. Meaning, we're talking only about the clothing. Why? Because the only thing that you need to wait, kedei achilas pras, beis hamenuga, is for the clothing of the adam. Anything else gets thrown right away. Adam nami loy boy. Also, Adam the same thing. Why? Had not. Hanichnas lebeis hamenuga. Someone who goes into beis hamenuga. Ve'kelov al kseifov. He has his clothing on. He's holding it. He's holding in his hands his shoes and his rings. They right away become tall. He's wearing his clothing. He's wearing his shoes. And he has the ring in his finger. He's tummy right away. But the clothing, they're going to be tummy only till he waits to eat a half a loaf of bread. Wheat, not barley. It has to be sitting, leaning, and eating with the lifter. We eat a little quicker. So that's the shear to be tameh begodim sholov. How do we know that? Because we learned it from the pasuk that says, the Rashi brings, Habar labayis itma, and then it says, V'oichel labayis ichapes es begodov. So it's two psukim. One pasuk says, you go into the house and become tameh. The other pasuk says, he goes into the house, he eats in the house, he has to wash his clothing. So it's shiur achilo. So how do you answer? he himself gets tummy right away. His clothing on him needs to be shira chilas pras. So what they were saying, by a adam, he also gets tummy right away by samanugo, like a behemoth. The only difference is legabe is clothing. Behemoth doesn't have clothing. The dress says, what happens if you put clothing on a behemoth? Like you see something in the street, people put clothing on a dog. That's not called a levush. A levush is only by a adam. There's no such thing as clothing by behemoth. Even if you pretend to put clothing, even if you treat the behemoth like a human being, it does not become a human being. Levush is shaykh only by adam. So the special being by levush, it's not a chumra by adam. If Lu Yitzur, the behemoth, had clothing, she would also maybe take time to get tummy. But it doesn't have clothing. So that's the Gemara. I found the chumra by behemoth more than adam. Adam, you have to wait to get tummy. Behemoth is immediate. So adam is also immediate. The only thing you have to wait is from clothing. A behemoth doesn't have clothing. It's not a chumra they have by adam. The Gemara concludes, so we learn over here that Tuma Bluo is protected. Tahara Bluo is protected. I mean, Tuma Bluo does not get tame. Tahara Bluo does not get tame, both by adam or a behemoth. That's what we brought over here. And with this we'll stop over here. Then from here on goes into the next sugyo that continues to address the case that we had in our Mishnah.